Hello everybody, welcome back to Time Guy DBZ. I'm your host Vinny, and today we're doing a death battle reaction once again to the biggest bosses around and to the biggest fighting franchises that the world I think has ever known. Akuma versus Shao Kahn. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. This is a death battle that quite frankly is a little bit interesting to me because these two characters particularly are... I've heard so much about them, and considering the fact that I know Akuma from Street Fighter, that's how, you know, everybody I think at this point would know that character. But legitimately, this is a character who is bloodthirsty. He's also very powerful, no joke. Same as Shao Kahn. He's kind of bloodthirsty too, but powerful all the way around too as well. Now, I don't really know what to think about this death battle because it is particularly very difficult to assess both of these guys considering they are the top of their class. But the problem is Akuma has a really dangerous technique. So the question is, can he pull off that technique before Shao Kahn kills him? So that's what we're going to figure out in this death battle today. We're going to go ahead and get started into this. 3, 2, 1. All right. No copyright, RoosterTeeth. No copyright. But then again, I'm gonna always get copyright, so.
Akuma, Street Fighter's supreme master of the fist.
Shao Kahn, conqueror of Mortal Kombat.
Today, we'll find out which final boss reigns supreme.
He's wielding a boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, good. They're actually not, they're not doing the animation or sprite fights.
This is the Japanese kanji for heaven, symbolic of the infinite sky above and the one who stands before it.
And the last thing you'll ever see when you meet Akuma.
Trained by Master Gotetsu at an early age, Akuma was practically born into the ways of fighting. He and his brother Goken were taught the form of Ansatsuken, literally meaning the assassination fist.
You know, everybody says martial arts are all about meditation and being zen and all that other boring shit. Well, Ansatsuken ain't like the other guys. It combines judo, kenpo, and karate into a unique style that's all about murdering your opponent as fast as possible. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the brothers' views on their training greatly differed. Goken rejected the violent methodology of the Ansatsuken, leaving to develop his own, less lethal variant of the form.
Because a style called Assassination Fist clearly needed less assassination. Yeah. Good thing Akuma was all about the real deal. He got so hardcore he started training to embrace the biggest martial arts secret out there.
The Satsui no Hado. Ever present, ever malicious, this is a manifestation of literal killing intent. Only Gotetsu had ever mastered this dark power.
So it's like the dark side of the Force, but with karate?
No, but sure. With the Satsui no Hado,
kind of like
Akuma
that, but
gained
not
great
really.
power at the cost of all compassion. This is the power of monsters.
More like winners. Akuma got so good he challenged his master.
Son
and
Goku
killed him
Satsu,
step
that's
style.
the name of the
With
new
his
technique, Raging
ex-master's
Demon.
beads around his neck, he declared himself the new master of the Satsui no Hado.
Obviously, this destroyed his relationship with Goken. The two brothers' destinies, let alone ideologies, were irreparably torn apart.
But who cares when Akuma's perfected all the abilities of an overpowered Shoto character, and then some? He can rain down Go Hadoukens, teleport with the Ashura Senku, and take you for a whirl with the Tatsumaki Zankyukaku.
And if Akuma ever wants to take things up a notch, he can summon forth the Kongo Kokoretsuzan, a geyser of pure energy strong enough to sink an island.
Oh.
With all this power, Akuma is among the toughest Street Fighters out there.
Which says a lot when Hakan could loop himself up with enough oil to, get this, launch E-Honda into orbit to headbutt a giant meteor into smithereens. Well, there's only one way to figure out the TNT of that. I've got the oil whiz, get ready to launch.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, that's disgusting. No, I don't think so.
Oh, can we still do it though?
Fine.
But did you know Akuma's
good luck
also
with that.
traded blows with some of the folks from Final Fight? I guess they're Street Fighters too. And the Macho Mayor Mike Hagar can pile drive people so hard, it makes an explosion you can see from space.
Comparing the blast size to Earth's diameter, this explosion must have a yield of over 120 teratons of TNT.
That might seem nuts, but hey, Akuma's done the same kind of thing. No wonder the only guys who can match him are badasses like Goken.
Akuma would challenge Goken again and again, determined to prove his version of the Ansatsuken was superior. And apparently, he was right, as he defeated Goken with his signature technique, the Shun Goku Satsu.
AKA
Yeah.
the Raging Demon.
I remember when he used
With
this technique against
Akuma
Shang
gives
Tsung in a
into his
different
killing
death battle,
intent,
so
targeting a person's
it's-
soul and killing their spirit with the weight of their sins.
That's
There is
it.
only one known way to survive it: emptying your own soul from your body. Fortunately, Goku knew exactly how to do that.
Speaking of souls, this guy Nakali once tried to take Akuma's by devouring him, but not being into war, Akuma just blew him up instead. He's
Dang.
so powerful, defeating an opponent takes less effort than smacking a baby. Not that Akuma would ever do that. No, I'm serious, he never would, because despite the whole zero compassion thing, he has a weird code of honor.
It's not compassion at all. To Akuma, fighting is a sort of religion, and respecting the art is more important than anything. He'll spare those with an unfair disadvantage, and those whom he deems respects martial arts like him and can improve. In this way, he sort of became an unwanted mentor for Goken's student Ryu.
Hey, he's not a total killjoy. He did befriend Elena. Well, more like Elena befriended him, but whatever.
But should you disrespect the art of fighting, Akuma will not hesitate to murder you as disrespectfully as possible.
Like when he jumped that a-hole and Bison so fast he killed him in one shot. And
Dang.
Bison was quick enough to tag this satellite laser beam.
Following the beam speed at this angle, we can determine it was moving well over 5,000 times the speed of sound.
But even with all that power, Akuma knew he'd never be at his best until he'd mastered the Satsui no Hado and become Akuma Blanco. Shin Akuma.
As Shin Akuma, he possesses full control over the dark art, using it to its fullest extent.
Only Gotetsu had ever mastered the Hado like this, because doing it is not just super difficult, but super dangerous.
Right. The Satsui no Hado isn't just a form of energy, it is a sentient entity, striving to push those who connect with it to fully commit to their rage. For when they do, they are no longer themselves. They become the Satsui no Hado itself.
Yeah, like when it tried to take over Ryu and manifest it as its own evil person, Kage. Akuma truly believes the Hado is his best chance at becoming the ultimate world warrior. But he also knows that if he's not careful, he could lose himself to it.
And when he does, the Hado will take his body and become the awesome, demonic Oni.
Oni.
Oh,
Okay.
He's super powerful. Oni's got all sorts of new moves and can easily overpower pretty much any other Street Fighter.
In Japanese
Whoa.
folklore, Oni are yokai, or demons, that spawn
Right.
from the souls of the wicked upon death. However, in some legends, the
Wow.
most evil of humans...
Honestly, I did not know that
are
mythology, so
still
I'm glad to
alive.
know. I've
Such
heard
as
of Oni in
Shugoku,
Mortal Kombat and
drunken
stuff
monk
like
who
that,
opened a
but I
mouth,
never really knew
became
that.
an Oni and was so powerful he could not die, even after he was decapitated.
Not
Whoa.
so different from this big bad blue
Okay.
boy. But hey, Akuma hasn't lost himself to the dark side of the Hado yet. The dude split apart mountains, taking a leisurely trip to the bottom of the ocean, and literally leaped into the land above the clouds. He just jumped and he was there. Forget standing before heaven. This dude straight up flies above it.
Akuma's lust for battle will likely never be sated, but his chosen path has been set. He will either be the world's deadliest man, or its bleakest failure. Until then, he will never stop searching for a foe who can challenge the might of his Satsui no Hado.
Dang. Well,
The realm of Outworld
Sounds a
is a
little
twisted,
bad in the
barren
bone.
wasteland where only the strong survive.
Definitely at the bottom of my list of places to go when I retire. And it's
Definitely
all
on mine,
thanks to the
too.
tyrannical ruler, Shao Kahn.
Thousands of
I have
years
not
ago,
seen that
Shao Kahn
animation
was
yet.
an advisor
That
to the Dragon
recent
King, Ozai.
Mortal Kombat
Until
Legends
Onaga
movie.
took a
I'd like to go
permanent
see
nap
that,
when
or
Khan
I'd like to
poisoned
see
him
it.
and claimed the throne all his own. Now that's what I call climbing the political ladder.
With an army
Yep.
of demonic
That's how you do
Tarkatans
it.
and four-armed Shokans at his beck and call, Shao Kahn began conquering and merging other realms with Outworld, including the once idyllic paradise of Edenia.
After which he hooked up with Edenia's queen, Sindel. But his conquest didn't just win him a traitorous MILF. The crafty bastard also picked up a ton of awesome powers.
Kahn is a deceptive leader who isn't afraid to resort to, quite frankly, dickish methods to achieve
That is
his devious
dickish.
goals.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Basically a wrestling heel in the form of an otherworldly invader. Right down to dressing like a male stripper.
And despite living on a completely
Leon?
different plane of existence, he's somehow mastered 2 Chinese martial arts, Daizu and Liu
Yep.
Wei, both of which prioritize fast and aggressive strikes to overwhelm opponents.
But Kahn's real bread and butter is his mastery of magic. He
Yeah.
can shoot fireballs, create
Soul.
portals, make
Soul
you as
manipulation.
delicate as a yo-yo, bounce projectiles back to sender, and conjure his signature hammer whenever he wants.
With
Yep.
his Wrath Hammer, Kahn can crush even the strongest
The
combatants
question
in
is,
the game
though-
to pieces with his brutal fatalities. But perhaps his most iconic
Fatality,
ability
or-
is taking souls.
With just
Yeah,
a wave
that's
of his
his
hand,
deal. He can
dine
take
on
souls.
some fine soul food, courtesy of whatever sap crossed his path.
Kahn went far with these abilities, and it wasn't long before his conquering eye caught sight of a little planet called Earthrealm.
But first, his forces had to rack up enough wins in. Hit the music, Wiz.
We don't have the licensing, right?
No, you don't. You steal that.
I'm gonna stop there so we don't get sued.
Outworld
There you
almost
go.
had
Good
the
job.
10 consecutive wins needed to merge with Earth.
But the goody two-shoes monk Liu Kang just had to ruin it all. But Kahn just said, screw it, and invaded Earth anyway.
The moment Kahn set foot on Earth, he stole the souls of nearly every human being on the planet.
Then physically merged Earthrealm and Outworld into one big melting pot of conquest.
The exact meaning of merging realms is a little vague, but from Mortal Kombat 3's intro, we do know that it transforms the planet into part of Outworld itself. But even when he's not literally folding worlds together, Kahn is always a threat to behold.
Dang!
Far superior to most of the other
I didn't want to
combatants.
see
He's
that.
a
It
cocky
kills come
asshole,
wild.
but damn, he sure knows how to get stuff done.
He's one-shotted Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, survived being impaled, broke Kotal Khan's back, and has consistently surpassed the likes of the Thunder God, Raiden.
Raiden.
Oh, being all thundery is as fast as lightning. Kahn could even hold his own when Raiden held the power of all the Elder Gods.
For context, the Elder Goddess Cetrion can grow as large as a planet and fire this hyper-fast laser, which, comparing its speed to the curvature of the Earth, can smite mortals at 2% the speed of light.
Well, you know you're a big shot when actual gods think you're a pain. Look at him go!
Don't mistake powerful with invincible. Khan's
That's it.
might is only matched by his arrogance.
Yep.
He really does love to hear himself talk, even when it leaves him totally open. I guess he doesn't consider the consequences of his constant taunting.
Is that
Yep.
your best?
I thought it was funny.
You suck.
Dang!
Even if it can get the better of him,
Well,
Kahn has proven his
yeah,
arrogance
probably.
isn't completely unfounded. After ages of conflict,
That's
all
true.
of the combatants fought in a final clash of good versus evil.
Yep,
And
he's
Kahn
the
emerged
soul,
as the last man standing.
soul
It was
winner of
there that he
Armageddon.
defeated Blaze, an all-powerful elemental who threatened every realm in existence.
Luckily for the good guys, Raiden had a way to basically go back in time and try to stop Kahn from winning in the first place. That's right, Kahn was such a big threat, the only way to beat him was a complete do-over.
And even with that victory now a non-existent memory, Shao Kahn will never relent. Even death has never stopped this conqueror from his ultimate quest to rule everything.
I am Khan of Outworld. Vacate my throne, or I'll soak these sands with your blood.
Okay, you might want to chill out on that.
All right, the combatants
But
are
yeah.
set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I honestly,
But first, if you're
Okay,
wanting the
hold on.
kind of
We're gonna-
confidence it'd take to rule Outworld, check
so
out
far we have
Lucy.
had no ad. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. All right, so yeah, personally, I like that last scene. That was pretty funny. Like in Mortal Kombat 11, that's usually what I practice to do voiceovers. So anyway, so I didn't hear Khan's ability to manipulate his own soul out of his own body. So as much as I'd like to believe that he has the ability to win this battle, I think it's more likely going to be in Akuma's, considering the fact that Akuma has a lot of different abilities. Not to mention the fact that this technique of his, the Satsui no Hado, it's not only a technique and in the fighting style, it's also an entity itself that can transform him into an Oni, no, not an Oni, which apparently is a stronger version of him, which I guess is like, yeah, that's like if you were going Super Saiyan or something like that. So I'd assume, I don't know.
Right now, it's time
But
for a
I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, and honestly, I don't play Street Fighter, but I don't think it's going to be in Khan's favor. But oh, okay, what's going on here? Oh, the Raging Demon. He's already done the Raging Demon. All right, let's see. Who'd he kill? Oh, dang, he killed.
Dare interrupt my tournament. Another fool seeking my throne. I only seek your life.
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Oh, no. Ooh. Got him. Yep. Oh. This is gonna be a good fight too with the animations. Ooh, he's back. Ooh, he caught that. Ooh, and he dispersed it too. Boom! Ooh, got gut problems for days. Oh God, and he's gonna whack-a-mole him constantly. Ooh. Got it. This will be interesting. Ooh. And he can also do spears.
Your best, weak, pathetic.
Ooh, that's what you get for talking shit. Ooh, and that was cool. That. Dang. Ooh. Yeah.
Your soul is mine. No, the Satsui no Hado is mine.
Ooh, he's owning. Okay. Ooh. Shao Kahn, this is your last chance. You better fight. Ooh. Yep. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, he's gonna go super like just all sorts of punches, combos, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Okay. Nope. Ooh. Ooh. Dang. God. Ooh, he got him. Is it over? It's over. Yeah, he's about to kill his soul. I knew it. Got him.
Feel the wrath.
What?
Shao Kahn.
Oh, got it. Oh, dang. Oh.
Flawless victory.
What?
KO! Now that's what I
Wow.
With the power of the Satsui no Hado, Akuma was a unique challenge for Shao Kahn.
Yeah, like how he resisted Nakali suggests Khan couldn't have just yanked his soul away so easy.
And Akuma's
Okay.
level of power was nothing to scoff at either.
Akuma's biggest hits were way stronger than you'd think, blasting apart meteors and making explosions seen from space. But Khan survived blasts from beings even more powerful than that, like the Elder Gods, who can grow to the size of planets. And remember Blaze? He could destroy all the realms, and even did in one of his endings.
And while Blaze's story ending isn't canon to the Mortal Kombat universe in and of itself, it is still an example of what could happen in canon.
And Khan whooped that red-hot ass.
While we do not have an exact time frame for Blaze's destruction of the realms, destroying Earthrealm alone would require at least overcoming Earth's gravitational binding energy, or about 47.8 zetatons of TNT.
Over
Dang.
300 million times the power of the Teratone explosion from Akuma's lineup.
And keep in mind, when Khan
What?
merges realms, he is literally morphing an entire planet into Outworld itself. This means it makes sense he could defeat Blaze, because he already commands a similar level of power.
But I know what you're thinking. What about the Raging Demon, Akuma's awesome finishing move?
And then what about Oni? Like, that power should have been
In
enough.
his time for it to
I mean, I'm not
totally
complaining, but I'm just
There
wondering.
was always a possibility that Akuma would get a lucky hit in with the Shungoku Satsu. However, given Khan can keep up with the likes of Elder Gods and their space lasers, he could certainly keep pace with Akuma.
And sure, Khan's an arrogant son of a bitch, but he knows when to get serious.
yeah, he definitely
if his
is.
arrogance was that big of an issue, he wouldn't have conquered so many realms.
Both Akuma and Khan were among the best of the best in their respective worlds, but this match ultimately came down to who would land their killing blow first. Shao Kahn's overwhelming power, mystical abilities, and treacherous strategies were enough to claim this victory.
Outworld's Emperor was the only one who could surpass Akuma.
The winner is Shao Kahn.
Okay. Alright. Well, it is, but I'm glad anyway. But let's see what next time. Korra! Alright, Korra the Avatar. Who we got? Oh, Storm? Dang! Okay. That'll be an interesting death battle. Alright, nice. So, Korra versus Storm. That's going to be a badass battle. I can't wait for that one. Okay, so regarding this death battle, I want to say that I'm okay with the outcome because, you know, I am a Mortal Kombat fan. Now, I would say that I am okay with it. A part of me, though, is kind of like, you know, merging, you know, I never really did, it never did really cross to me or really come across to me the ideas of merging realms and how much energy it takes to do that. But I always thought that was magic. And to be honest with you, I don't really necessarily know if we can apply scientific knowledge to magic as of yet. I mean, I don't know really, to be honest. There's really no way to calculate that except the, you know, the outputs and the damage and all that. But I don't know. I thought the Raging Demon would have gotten him, honestly, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't want anybody out there who's watching this to understand. If you guys are a Street Fighter fan and you guys like Akuma, I get that. At the end of the day, remember, these battles are opinionated and, you know, or they have some sort of form of bias. There is no, you know, absolute calculations. It is kind of weird, and that's kind of the deal with Death Battle. It's just for fun. Next week's Death Battle, or a couple weeks from now, Korra versus Storm. I don't know. That Death Battle's going to be interesting, to say the least, because we're dealing with somebody who can manipulate multiple elements. And personally, I don't know enough about Storm from the Marvel Comics to get a debate on whether or not, you know, is she powerful or whatnot. But if you guys know something, let me know. Because, yeah, that battle is definitely going to be, it's going to be wild. Anyway, guys, that is my reaction to Shao Kahn versus Akuma, Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat Death Battle. Brought to you guys by RoosterTeeth. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, to share this with your friends, family, and strangers, because remember, sharing is caring, y'all. And comment down below what you guys thought about this death battle. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not? You know, were you okay with the outcome? And what do you guys think of next week's death battle? Because I gotta tell you, that's looking pretty bad to the bone right now. Thank everybody for coming to the channel. I love y'all, and I'll see everybody in the next video of Time God, or the next content of Time God DBZ. Peace.